Good morning.
Good morning.
We're having a little technical difficulties here.
Yes,
Sorry about that.
Yeah, we got a different phone for Pinky Malls, but it still should work.
Yeah.
But it wasn't working, and then I looked in my internet. My home internet is off. I don't know if they're working on the lines or what. And the phone cellular wouldn't pick it up.
So we switched phones real quick.
Yeah.
And put mine on here. So
I don't know why that.
I hate being late, but we're here.
Yeah.
So
I didn't. I don't know why your phone will work and that one won't, and that other one's a new one.
I have no idea, but I'm sure glad it's working.
Yeah, me
Hopefully
too.
it won't cut out on us.
Right. What we're doing this morning is fried green beans and a dip. And we'll turn this back on.
And I'm Linda.
So, we're all out of whack this morning. I'm Mary. We're Pinky Malls Sisters, Pinky Malls Cakes, Cookies, and Candy. Otherwise, Pinky Malls Sisters in the Kitchen. And first of all, these are fresh green beans. And I think Linda and I kind of decided this was, what, 2 pounds?
We didn't weigh them, but I think it's probably
About 2 pounds, and I'm using about a pound. I actually counted them because I've made these before.
And you've already taken out.
I've taken out what I'm cooking today. This is just what I had extra. Now, let me tell you, what you do is you snap both ends off. Then I washed them. And now I'm going to put them in a large boiling water that's been salted and cook them for 6 minutes. So these are just extras that I had that I will cook. I cooked my extras the other day for Sunday for just green beans with bacon. Okay.
So do I need to bring the camera over closer?
No, let's go through. This is what I'm cooking this morning. I've already washed them. There's more water in there. I've washed them and snapped the ends of them off. Thank you, Linda.
You're welcome.
And now I'm going to put this in my big bowl, that boiling water with salt. So I'm going to put them in that. And I'm using my strainer. I just love this strainer.
Yeah, me too.
So I'm just going to put them in here.
I'm anxious to try one of these.
Yeah, they're good. All right, now we'll put the lid on them and just put it in the sink because I'll use it again in a minute.
Okay.
When those come back to a boil, I'm going to boil them 6 minutes. So
You mean have both these burners
Oh,
on?
no, I put the wrong burner on. Sorry, no wonder it wasn't boiling. I mean, it's been boiling. I just turned it off. I don't know why those knobs are backwards to me. But anyway.
Yeah, I think all the stoves are backwards. You have to get used to which one they're on.
Well, I've had it long enough. I should be used to it. Anyway, I'll tell you what it is. Until I started doing this
back burner.
When we started doing Pinky Malls, up until then, I never used those back burners. Never used them. The 2 front ones is all I ever
They're more
used.
convenient, the front ones are.
And so I just can't get used to turning the back ones on. But anyway, when that comes to a boil, Linda, help me remember.
Okay, I'm going to set
The
the
water
water for 6 minutes.
6 minutes.
Okay.
In the meantime, we're going to be doing a dip. We already got most of my stuff out here. This right here is a 1/2 cup of mayonnaise. And I've already put that in there.
Do you use any certain kind of mayonnaise?
I buy different kind of mayonnaise. I buy whatever's on sale. That's what I buy.
I wondered. I didn't know if you said with the brand or not.
I've used the olive oil kind. Kraft is usually what I use.
Yeah.
Olive oil. Miracle Whip. I've used Miracle Whip. I know that ain't mayonnaise, but I've used that. It's just whatever's on sale, that's what I buy. Now, little Linda, she will only eat one of the 2. I don't know which one it is. You two? Which one do you eat?
Well, no, I'll eat more than one kind. I just started to eat using the olive oil mayonnaise a couple of years ago, and that's what I use.
1/2 cup of mayonnaise. This is sour cream. And I measured up a 1/2 cup, which is wrong. I need a 1/4 cup. So I'm going to put 1/4 cup in there. So the 1/4. This is a dip. Honestly, these fried beans would taste good with like a ranch dip. And little Linda, you know what she said would be good? The dip that would be good with these?
Sriracha?
Chipotle sauce.
Oh, yes.
Chipotle sauce.
Would be really
yeah.
good.
She said that's what she wants me to make for her next time is Chipotle sauce.
I love Chipotle.
I am going to put a little bit of Chipotle seasoning in it. In the recipe for the members, I said do this in a blender. You can do it in a blender, but I'll tell you why. I didn't intend to say blender because the reason the recipe calls for a blender is because there's two things that I did not put in this sauce because I don't like horseradish and I didn't want wasabi.
You like horseradish? I love horseradish.
And wasabi sauce. I didn't put it in here. So.
You know, that reminds me of something, Mary.
What?
Do you remember when we were at that training? We were in Las Vegas. And do you remember? And we ate at this really nice restaurant.
Well, I remember.
It's been a few days ago.
Yeah.
And the chef or the waiter was trying to tell us something about it. And he said, I don't know if y'all going to like this or not. It's hot. Don't insult me, please. We're Texans. We like hot.
I'm going to put that sour cream up until I can put it back in.
Okay, it's boiling.
All right, time at 6 minutes. All right, and now I'm going to put 1 teaspoon of minced garlic. I need a 1/4 cup of buttermilk. Oops.
That's okay. You want to leave the lid on it, right?
Well, it doesn't matter. It's going to boil anyway.
Ooh, that smells
You can
like
take that. You can take it all. Take the boil off if you want to. You actually can turn the burner down just a little bit, Linda, if you don't mind, please.
Like 7, maybe 7.
Yeah. Okay, so that's the buttermilk. Let me put it back in the refrigerator. Set there. My shells. I need to readjust my shells.
I have to do that when I'm putting cakes in the refrigerator because it won't.
Okay, now I got my buttermilk in there, and this is lemon juice, freshly squeezed lemon juice, and it takes a 1 1/2. That's 1. This is 1/2. And what else we got here? Got to have a teaspoon of, no, it's a 1/2 teaspoon of dill. 1/2 teaspoon of dill.
I love dill. You don't have our dill?
Well, you know what?
Chef?
I think I do, but I hadn't opened it.
I use dill.
I forgot. It may be in the cabinet. Well, it may be in the cabinet up there.
Well, that's okay. You can use
I think
that.
it is. I think it is up here.
I'm sorry, Mary. I didn't mean to get you stopped from what you were
I
doing.
should have. Well, I've been cleaning things out, so I know I got some. I just hadn't got it out yet.
You want a little knife to open that with?
Yes, please. Right there in that drawer. I forgot that. Oh, I know what I done. I asked my granddaughter last night when I was talking to her.
Took it out and gave it to her.
Mindy.
Put it in her
She ain't got it yet, but I asked her what it is. He's having a lot of health problems, and so she's
Mindy's husband.
Yes, and he's having to eat. He can't eat a lot of food. And I said, well, what about? I was going through my spices when I was talking to her, and I said, well, what about dill? Can you use dill in some spices? She said, yes, he can. I said, well, I'll just put that aside and give it to you. That's where my dill is.
Okay.
All right, Linda. A 1/2 teaspoon of parsley flakes. Linda, if you want to put that in there for me, please, so I won't lose my train of thought here. And a 1/2 teaspoon of salt. And this is the 4th teaspoon, so I'm going to put 2.
Okay.
And then there's your red cayenne pepper. I put red pepper on the recipe, but I'm using cayenne pepper.
1/4 teaspoon?
A 1/4 teaspoon, yeah.
It's a nice little kit.
And then I'm using a teaspoon of chipotle, Pampered Chef chipotle.
I love that chipotle. It smells so good.
Alrighty. Yeah.
It's got that smoky smell to it.
The recipe, this dip recipe that I looked up, well, it's in one of my cookbooks. It actually, it called for some grated cucumbers. And see, I don't like cucumbers.
I love cucumbers. I don't like them as well as I do pickles.
Yeah.
But they're so good for you.
Yeah. And so that's why I'm not putting this in a blender. Because I figured I could just, the blender would have done the cucumbers. And I'm wanting to put this in the refrigerator and leave it while I prep the rest of it. Thank you, Linda, for cleaning that up.
You're welcome. That looks really good, Mary.
All right. You can put that in the sink for me if you don't mind, Linda.
Sour cream, but it looks good.
I was wondering, are you going to taste it?
I'm just going to teeny tiny taste it.
I'm going to put this in the refrigerator. Okay. All right. Okay, now we'll get this out of the way.
The beans are almost ready to take up.
Okay.
Just a little over a minute.
All right. Okay. I have 1 egg here. We're going to the reason I'm making these is the last time Shelly was here, she said, Memo, she said, I was at a restaurant the other day and I had some fried green beans. And she said she just loved them. I had never heard of them. Had you ever heard of them?
Yes, I have.
I had never heard of them.
She loves vegetables anyway, Shelly.
Yeah, yeah. And so, so I got to look, going through my cookbooks, and I found a recipe for them. So,
I don't know where I don't know that I've ever eaten any at a restaurant.
I know
I've heard of them.
I had never heard of them. Anyway, I'm going to get this egg beat up real good before I put my milk, because you can whip it better if you ain't got so much other stuff in here.
You know, when I was traveling, I didn't go in restaurants very often. I mostly got my food to go, or either went somewhere where you could just go to a line and grab it and take it back to the hotel.
I'm going to get that out. That's that little white piece in that egg. I just don't like it.
Okay,
all right,
6 minutes.
Okay, all right. So now, turn the burner off. And
you need this back? Well, you got it in there. Are you gonna pour them in?
I tell you what, let me get a tray to put, because I don't want it to drip.
Okay.
I'm gonna pick up.
You can get a nice steam bath with the facial with that.
You know what?
You don't think they've been going long enough?
Maybe they have, but they kind of turn different color when I know they're done.
Well, I set it for 6 minutes.
Yeah, well, that's good enough. Okay. All right, now we just you strain your green beans now, and you put them in a cold bath.
Do you want
I
me to
have
put that over here?
Not necessarily, I don't guess. So I'm gonna put these in a pan, right? I guess.
Here, I'll just turn it so they can see what you've done.
Yeah. I put them in a big bowl of cold water. I had ice in here. And this shocks the bean. It shocks them and stops the cooking is what it does.
Yeah.
So I'm going to leave them in there just a few minutes while I finish mixing this up. This is 3/4 a cup of milk and 1 egg. And Linda, can you just kind of mix that up a little bit for me there, please?
Okay. You want me to move it over?
You can. This is a 1/2 cup of all-purpose flour and a 1/2 cup of panko or breadcrumbs. In the recipe, I put plain breadcrumbs. You can put any seasoned you want to. Breadcrumbs. I'm using the panko seasoned with Romano cheese. I like the taste, okay? So you can use any flavor breadcrumbs you want, but I put plain on the recipe. So I've got I just want to show you. It's called panko, what I'm using. It's breaded, it's breadcrumbs is what it is. So that's 1 cup of the panko. Put that in here. And then in the crumbs,
You want that out of the way, or no?
yeah, I'm fixing to move it. In the breadcrumbs, I put 1 teaspoon of salt. Where did I do my salt?
Oh, here, it's in that thing.
I'm putting that in the breadcrumbs, the salt. And then I'm putting a half a teaspoon, and this is a 1/4, so I'll use twice, of garlic powder.
I smell that garlic.
It's strong, isn't it?
Yep.
Okay, so a teaspoon, 1 teaspoon of garlic powder, and a half a teaspoon of onion powder. This is a 1/4, so I'm going to do it twice. Okay. All right, now we can put all this away. I'm through with all that, Linda. Thank you, Linda.
You're welcome.
I just stir up your seasonings with your breadcrumbs. If you're using plain breadcrumbs, you might you could add some Parmesan cheese powder or grated, or you could add some Italian seasoning. If you've got plain, just spice it up however you want to.
Mary, do you want to turn that burner off on
yes,
that oil?
yes, I do. Okay. You want your oil heating to 375, and I probably use a half a gallon of oil.
Yeah,
It takes
deep fried.
It depends on your pan or skillet that you're using to fry these in. If you're using a smaller one, it's not going to take as much. You want it 2 or 3 inches deep of oil, vegetable oil. So, alrighty. Now, I forgot to get a pan out. If you get me some paper towels, Linda.
Okay.
Just,
You want 1 layer or 2?
probably 2. And then I'm going to get a pan here to put these on as we do them. Thank you, Linda.
You're welcome.
So, now, my green beans, I'm fixing those, drain them.
Yeah, it kind of rained a little bit on me coming over here this morning.
Oh, it did?
It's overcast. I don't know if it's going to rain today or not, but it sprinkled. I stopped at Walmart and ran in there for a minute, and my glasses got wet from the little sprinkles.
I strained my cold green beans. I'm going to take them out of the pan.
They look so pretty.
They, I just take a paper towel and try to wipe off the excess water. You don't have to get them dry, but you just don't want it water in it, you know. So I just kind of take a paper towel and dry them a little bit.
Are you going to use tongs?
No, I'm not.
Okay.
Do you want me to get you some gloves to dip this, or I'm telling you, I'll have to use your hands and dip
Okay,
them.
well, I'll just wash
Yeah.
them. I mean, or you can tell me which one to do.
Yeah.
I don't know which one you want me to
Okay, well, I'll let you do the breadcrumbs,
do. Okay.
and that way you won't get your hands. I'll wash my hands again because I'm fixing to.
I got this little deal on my finger because my thumb split.
Yeah,
you know how it
I
does
know.
when you're washing dishes.
Yes.
And
Well, I will do the messy part. I thought about this whenever I was saying what would Linda rather do, and I thought, well, she can do the breadcrumbs. She don't have to get her hands wet. So
you're too kind.
anyway, so you just take your green beans and put them in your corn. This is cornstarch and flour. We're doing fried green beans.
I was wondering if you had cornstarch in it.
Yeah, it's a half a cup of cornstarch and a half a cup of and I'm gonna do 2 hands because that you just kind of drip it off like that and put in there, and then you can And you have to be sure to coat the bean. You have to be sure and coat it completely, or them breadcrumbs won't stick.
And you're just doing one coating, right?
One coating. But it sticks pretty good, so just, you know, yeah, just pour it over it. You know what I'm talking about? Just, yeah, like you're doing.
I got it.
And I did these the other day, and I said to myself, you know what? You got to want a fried green bean off the bat. It's a lot of work.
That reminded me of Kaylin. She used to say, I got it. You know, she's so independent like her mom.
Yeah.
Yesterday I was talking to somebody on the phone trying to make an appointment for Mike. And all I said was, you know, they've taken the marquees down in the hospital in Good Shepherd. Did you know that?
No, I didn't.
In the building where Dr. Dean's at?
I did not know that.
And she said, listen to, she said, this is what she said. She said, listen to me. And I said, I did listen. I was just telling you that they took the marquees down. I wasn't happy with the way she said that to me.
I'm telling you, that was a woman at the
yes.
Well, some people don't know how they shouldn't have that position. You know, if they're going to be that rude to the clients.
I guess it just struck me the wrong way. She said it like I wasn't capable of understanding what she said.
I hope I don't get that in your...
No, you're good. Mary never knows what I'm going to say, y'all.
Hey, you know what? You're not in the camera good enough.
That's all right.
Yeah, you know, I got my hands. I don't want to touch the camera, so just scoot in closer to me. You see where I don't get enough of that, the egg wash on it? It don't.
Yeah.
That breadcrumbs don't stick. But they're pretty good.
Do you have to let these sit out any, or you just put them straight in?
No, when we get that pan full, we'll cook one. We'll cook a pan. It takes, I mean, like a minute. Once these hit the oil, it takes a minute to cook. They just cook really fast. Because they're kind of already cooked. You cook them 6 minutes. If you want to cook them longer, you can. The book said 4 minutes. And when at 4 minutes got there, I didn't like the way they looked. So I cooked them 6 minutes, and they were good. The beans were done.
You remember that summer? Of course you remember it. In Lufkin, when we were staying with Aunt Tansy and Uncle Dean. Daddy was in the VA.
Yeah.
And we put up all them green beans. Canned all them green beans.
We canned a lot, yeah.
I mean, we didn't do it. We helped.
No,
but
right.
We sure worked hard. I didn't eat green beans for a long time.
Really? You do need to get a little closer here, because it's not, unless I move the camera.
No, I don't want you to move the camera. I just keep moving over.
I know. Well, it's probably, you want me to, let me scoot over.
No, you don't need
You
to
scoot over. Yeah, let me scoot over. That's probably what it is. I wasn't giving you enough room. Matter of fact, I had these Sunday for lunch.
Mary, have you heard anything else from our Becky Coleman? I had her on my mind last night again, really strong. Our friend in Mississippi that's, I guess she's been with us since the beginning, hasn't she? We've met her a couple of times, and she's going through a lot of health issues.
Yeah. No, I haven't heard from her. We sent her a card.
Yeah. I should have followed up with her, and I haven't. I'm going to have to try to text her and see if she'll answer me. She's just the kindest woman.
I know.
She's so sweet to us. fast on me.
No. I'm not speedy. It takes longer to do that coating because you have to, that's the last step. I just got to make sure I get it coated good. All right, I'm going to do a few more, and then we're going to cook them. I'm going to test the oil. It's 375. That's what it needs to be.
So you want it real hot.
Yes. I mean, they get brown the minute they hit. And if your stove, if it's 375 is too hot, then put 350. I cooked some of them on 350 before I realized that it wasn't 375. And it'll work, so. They just stay in there a little bit, just a tiny bit longer. Not really too much longer. And the measurements, it's about, I counted them when I got through frying them. It was 59. And you'd think that's not much, but this is probably a serving for 4 people. If you was had other food, you know what I'm saying?
Right. It's like either a
right.
appetizer or like a side.
This is actually listed as an appetizer.
Okay.
But I had it as a part of my meal Sunday. I had a roast. I did a roast with potatoes and
cooked roast.
Yeah, roast potatoes and carrots and green beans and mac and cheese. I had to have that mac and cheese because little Braden, him and Linda eat with me.
I cooked mine Saturday,
actually,
instead of Sunday.
Well, I got up Sunday morning and put it in our slow cooker.
Or you
no,
put it in
slow
slow
cooker.
I
put it on at 6 o'clock, and I got home. We eat around a little after 1.
I think that one got in there.
I missed one up. Okay.
I cooked mine in the quick cooker.
Did you? Well, I'll tell you what, that was a pretty big roast, and I thought, well, it might not get done in the crock pot, but I mean, it was so tender. It was done when I got home from church. I called Linda and Chuck, and I said, dinner will be done in about 15 minutes after I get home.
It's nice to be able to do that and not have to come home and cook it. We didn't have crock pots and stuff when we were kids, did we?
No, didn't.
Mama
We didn't have it. I don't know whether they was available or not.
Sunday dinner like early that morning.
Yeah.
And she'd have it ready, almost everything ready before we went to church. Almost every week, Mama did.
Okay, let me test the oil here. This is going to be probably too hot. It is a little too hot.
It'll cool off pretty quick, though, don't you think?
Yeah, I'm going to take it off just a second while I get something to put them on. We get another tray. Okay.
Mama cooks such big Sunday dinners, and when we say dinner for us, that's the middle of the day meal.
Yeah.
The day Daddy died, when people started bringing food over there, they thought that they had already brought food to our house, and they started putting out ping pong balls because we had so much food in the refrigerator left over just from our Sunday dinner. I was telling somebody that the other day.
Okay. I guess I'm going to bring the camera over here so they can see.
Okay.
Because when I start, boy.
I'm going to get this behind you here. There's a green bean that fell, and I don't want you falling.
Okay, thank you. Okay.
I didn't realize it. I think I did
know it, and then I forgot to pick it up. All right. So I'm fixing to just start dropping in this oil.
Do you want this off the table here?
What? Well, I'm going to do the rest of them as soon as I get this Then we're going to,
Okay.
I'm going to batter the rest of them. When that starts crackling like that, you know that it's getting to that wet bean inside.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Oh, I almost left them in there too long. And that grease is hot.
Those look nice and crunchy.
Yeah, I almost left them in there too long, though. I didn't really want them quite that dark. But that's okay. Yeah, I turned it next. Oh, there's another one in there. I told you it don't take but a few seconds for them to get done, but I do have my oil a little hot.
They smell good.
Yeah, they are good. I think I'll do it in 3 batches.
It's not a super thick coating, so it doesn't
No,
take that
no,
long to cook.
no. It didn't take it long at all. Like I said, I didn't want them that dark. I don't know why the green part's showing. Maybe the other day it didn't show.
Well, they look good.
Yeah.
I'm gonna try one of those
Are
dark
you?
ones.
Okay. Then we'll go over there and we'll take it off the burner and we'll go over there and bread the rest of them.
Okay.
After this, after the food off. Turn that burner down.
Reminds me of Daddy frying fish here.
Yeah.
It's popping.
I know. And you want to get a deep boiler bigger than what
Yeah.
you're, because it's you don't want it to splatter grease on your
Start a fire.
yeah, stove and everything. So
I should have been doing some of that
Oh, that's
battering,
all
so
right. That's
you
all
could
right.
put them in there as soon as.
okay, I'm on them. We're gonna batter the rest of them. It's not that many. And for any of you who's been trying to call me, I left my phone at Carla's house. I went to see. Yeah, I need to get that off.
Just take
Yes,
it off.
yes. I went to see Carla the other day. She's this morning she's on her way to the doctor. She's still having some problems, so the doctor wanted her to come in and for a urine test and blood test to make sure she don't have an infection because she's running fever.
Running fever, yeah.
And so she still needs prayer. We hope. The doctor said they're hoping the reason she's running fever and feeling so bad is because she's passing those stones. That's what they're.
She has had a hard time with this.
Yeah, she sure has. So she still needs your prayers, but she hopefully is on the mend.
Carla is not a person to complain
No.
at all. I mean, she says she's okay, which she's not.
Right.
She's feeling really bad.
Right.
And she hasn't even said that lately because she's been feeling so bad.
No. I talked to her yesterday morning, and I knew when I called her back around noon or a little after, I knew when she didn't answer the phone that she didn't feel like talking. Because she said this morning, she just don't have no strength. She's so weak.
Is she eating anything, Mary?
Yeah, she's eating. I carried her some chicken.
Oh, that's right. You carried her some food.
I carried her some chicken and dumplings and a strawberry pie. A strawberry cream pie. I got up at 3:30 or 4 o'clock that morning thinking about her, and I just got up and I said, well, I got frozen strawberries in the freezer. I'm just going to make her a strawberry pie.
Are you planning on going to, I know she loved that. Are you planning on going to Panola this year?
I don't know. Because I got to have room in the freezer to put it, you know.
Yeah, they should be open pretty soon.
And I really don't. And well, I can maybe have to clean it out some.
I got a couple of people that sure do like strawberry pies, and
you gonna make them for them?
I might.
Well, I like to have some fresh strawberries. It's just that, you know what? I was reading the other day how you can keep them. And you know what it was? When you get them, put them in a
fruit jar?
In a fruit jar. Have you ever heard of that?
I saw it. I sure did.
I never heard of that, but I saw that. I guess it must have been on Facebook.
I've been trying to keep some in the refrigerator to, you know, to have just to eat with as a snack with just any kind of berries are good for you.
Yeah.
You can't eat loads of them, but you can eat them a little bit. It's kind of like a treat.
Yeah.
Driscoll's are good. I get Driscoll's from Kroger, and sometimes Walmart has them, but and there are other brands that are good too, but I really do like Driscoll's.
Well, I just made that pie out of frozen berries.
Well, frozen ones are good too. That's what I made. Those smoothies that I made, yeah. I made those out of frozen. Yeah.
All right, we're about through this. So if any of y'all tried to call me, now I'll tell you, if you call me, I will get the call on this phone here, on my iPhone. But sometimes I can't talk. Sometimes I can talk on it and sometimes I can't. I can't get any text. I do get text, but I don't know how to text back.
I wouldn't either. I wouldn't know what.
And you can, but I just don't know how.
What I was doing.
You know what? By accident this morning, somebody called or text or something, and I did something, and whatever I done, it showed up the typewriter where I could type, but I don't know how I got there.
Well, I'd have a hard time typing on that little tiny face.
Yeah, I know it. But for emergencies, it would be good, though.
Yeah, it would.
I can't believe that I can talk on this, and my phone is 100 miles from here.
That's weird.
I know. Because it's connected to my phone. About through, Linda. It gives your arms out, don't it? This is a workout. But they are good. All right. Now we can get rid of this. Wash my hands.
That oil's going to still be hot, isn't it, Mary?
I think it will. I'm going to test it and see. Turn it back. Put it back.
Are you through with all of this now?
I'm through with all of that.
Okay.
It's not quite hot enough. Not quite. Almost.
Is that okay?
Yes, that's fine.
That's
fine. I'm going to check my oil one more time, and it should be ready since I put it back on the fire.
So what are you doing the rest of the day?
Oh,
like we don't have anything to do.
I got to go to the tax office, and I've got to go to the post office, and I gotta finish cleaning, fixing those rooms.
So you got a day.
Oh yeah,
Another day full.
right. Okay, now you wanna let me.
Oh, I'll get it, Mary. I'm sorry. Forgot.
I've got.
Is that close enough?
I think so. That's okay. Thank you, Linda.
You're welcome.
And I'm just gonna drop these in here. It ain't as hot as it was a while ago, but that's okay.
I switched out clothes over the weekend.
Did you?
And that was a job.
I know it was. So what are you doing this evening, Linda?
Just getting everything tidied up for in the morning, and probably not a whole lot more.
Yeah. Well,
I do have to close out a party. I forgot about that. I got to close out a party.
Patty.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm lost without my phone.
Was it year before last that Edward Debbie came by the house and eat breakfast on the way home, and the phones all look alike. You know, the cases are different, but they accidentally picked mine up, and I'm telling you, I was panicking.
I imagine.
And the bad part about it is all your numbers are in that phone, and I was calling my phone on Mike's phone, and they turned around. It was ringing. They knew it wasn't theirs, but
I was halfway home before I realized I didn't have my phone, and I wasn't gonna turn around back and go back and do it.
Well,
I don't get home.
I don't know if I would or not. I probably would have turned around and went back, but I guess it would have depended on what I needed to do too.
Yeah. Well, I didn't. I knew that we'd be seeing her again Friday.
So you said she's gone to the doctor today?
She's gone to the doctor today. She's driving herself. She didn't know it. She didn't know it. She didn't know that.
Somebody calling us?
Yeah, I just cut them off. She didn't know she's going to have to go to the doctor in time for Chuck to go take her, because Chuck, with his disability, you can't just say, you got to do it right now, right now. You can't do that to Chuck. He has to have a little bit of time to prepare in his mind what he's got to do and how long it's going to take him to do it. And Chuck's the only one she has to take him. So.
This kind of reminds me of asparagus.
Yeah, it does. But it don't taste like asparagus.
No, I'm not a fan of asparagus. Are you?
No, I'm not.
When I travel, once in a while we would have a get together, and everybody would fix something and bring it, and we'd eat. And this one girl, Mary, you know, Sherry, she would always fix grilled asparagus. And it always smells so good, but I don't like the texture of it. I just don't like the texture of it. I'm a texture person, and I'm also go by smell, and if either one of those are off, then I'm not going to touch it.
I think that's why I like these so much. These is crunchy.
I love crunch.
Yeah. Get that bowl out of the refrigerator for me, Linda, if you don't mind. It's we just mixed up. You have to open it at the bottom, Linda.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I don't know about this fancy refrigerator.
I'm gonna just stir it up one more time. Be sure I got it stirred up good. This probably needs to be in the refrigerator longer than this, probably a couple of hours for it to really get all those flavors in there. But I didn't have that time, not for me to show you, to be able to show you. Oh, that's good.
Do these look the right color now?
Yeah, that's right. Well, they might need to fry a little bit longer, Linda. I'm going to put some of this sauce in this bowl here. Smells good.
It does smell good.
didn't want to mix it in this bowl, but this is the bowl I wanted it in, so. And I'll get the rest of that out later.
Is that look okay?
It's fine, yes. Thank you,
Did I
Linda.
leave one in there?
No, I don't think so. No, I just want to get that off. Okay. All right. Now, where's my bowl? These are, you want
Those
these?
are hot. You're picking them up with your hand.
Yeah, that's all right. You can, I know you said you wanted the dark one, so you can.
I told you they was hot.
Yeah.
Those look so pretty, Mary.
Let me get the saucer. They can't see that. Okay. Get us a saucer.
And you said this is about a pound. You got
That's
two more over
that's
here.
probably about a pound.
That
Yeah.
pound. Don't give me a saucer, Mary. I'm just gonna taste one. Maybe some dirty in it.
Can y'all see it?
It's beautiful.
I wish y'all could smell it.
They smell good.
Okay. Get your spoon.
I'm not gonna eat any of that dip.
You're not going to eat no dip? I'm going to eat some dip. All right. Well, Lord bless this food. Thank you, Jesus. They're probably hot. How's it taste?
They are so good.
They're good. Of course, I knew they were. I made some ahead of time. Shelley, I mean, you know, I could take her word for it that it was good, but I had to try it out myself first. So they're very good. It's fried, so it's not really the healthiest, but I'll tell you what, I thought about when I cook these, if you got a child that won't eat green beans and vegetables, they would eat this. They would eat
because
that.
it's fun. Yeah.
Because, can you hardly taste the bean, can you? Everything else
not really. It
you
just
really can't
because of the crunch and everything. They're really delicious. They're salty and crunchy and.
So, maybe try that and get your kids to eat the green beans because it'd be a good vegetable for them. So
This is like popcorn. I'm not, but you could eat a whole lot of this.
yeah, yeah. So we sorry about the beginning of our video not being able to get on, but it was the internet. Let me see. Is internet? My internet is still off. It's still red. The little button's red.
But we improvised and we made it work. So
we hope that y'all have a good day. It's going to be a pretty day today, isn't it? It was a lot warmer.
It is warmer. Yes, it is warmer. It might not be beautiful blue skies, but it's definitely warmer.
Yeah. So anyway, enjoy the day, and we'll be back at Linda's house tomorrow. And then I'm going to be going to ladies' conference on Thursday. I'm so excited. I'm ready for it. I'm ready to go. I'm not ready yet, but I still got to pack. But anyway, I'm excited about going. We love y'all. We appreciate y'all taking your time to tune in to watch us this morning. And we will get back with you tomorrow. And
see y'all tomorrow.
Don't forget to count your blessings.
Bye-bye.
We love y'all. Bye-bye.